Alright guys, welcome to level 2 of Tomb Raider 3. This level is called Temple Ruins. This level is a lot more difficult than the first one. What I'm going to have to do in this level is fight cobras. And the cobras like this one, they are poison. And what I mean by that is when they bite you, they're not just going to take away health, but they're going to make you be poisoned to where your red health gauge will turn yellow. And when you're poisoned, the health is going to slowly deduct from you unless you get a med pack. So even if they're not hurting you in the moment, what's going to happen is that your health is going to slowly decline as you play. Now I come over here, there's a switch. You can pull that. It opens a trap door down here. So you can go down through there. There is another route that you can go. And to take the other route, you can come this way, and there's a pool of piranhas. And actually, I'm going to show you guys a little shortcut if you guys want to, skip a bunch of crap. Or, skip some of the level if you guys are just in a hurry to get to a higher point. What you can do is jump and grab this, and then when Laura pulls herself up, she's going to slide, but she can do a forward jump onto this tree and pull herself up. And then she can go across the waterfall and get to a later part of the level. I'm going to play by the rules, though, and take the longer route around. So I can go this way. I'm going to go into water with piranhas. The piranhas swim very fast, and they do a lot of damage. They will drain Laura's health fast. I would avoid the piranhas at all costs. Now, we crawl through this tunnel, we pick up a small med pack. Now, there's another crawl hole here, and I'm going to show you guys what happened. When I pulled the switch earlier, I dropped that tile. So, I could have just dropped in through here after pulling the switch. I can't come out because it's too high, but from pulling the switch, you would have been able to just drop in through here, and you could have avoided the whole swimming with the piranhas. So, I'm then going to come out here and pull out my pistols, because there is a cobra when I come out this way. Now, because you're in a confined space with this guy, being in a close proximity really makes the cobras worse. Like, close proximities are some of your worst enemies. And there are some monkeys in this room. Unlike the monkeys in the last level, these are killer monkeys, so we gotta kill these monkeys, as much as I don't like it. You can kill the monkeys in the previous level if you just wanted to go for kills, but I don't really like that much. It's so mean. I don't even like killing them in this level, because I don't know what they're doing. But, yeah, when you jump on these tiles, there's some collectibles over here. On the next level, there's some shotgun shells. Now, there's a pool of water over here, and in the pool of water, there's a ledge in the middle that you can grab onto, and you don't necessarily have to do it that way. I mean, you could free swim through, but I think that's a bad idea. And the reason it's a bad idea is because the piranhas swim fast, and they will drain your health rapidly. So when you come across like this, you can avoid a lot of the swimming with the piranhas. And the piranhas can get you even in the shallow water, so you really have to get out quick. Now I'm going to pull this switch, and it's going to open up a door underwater that I can go in through. So I'm going to jump in through the water right here, and then between these platforms I opened up a door. The piranhas can follow you in, and beware, they drain your health rapidly. They took a bite out of me. And then this is where we come out. So we're going to end up in a new room with quicksand, and there's going to be a killer monkey. There's going to be more killer monkeys in this room. So I'm going to come to this tile. And then there's going to be some grenades. No, not grenades, Uzi clips. Okay. So, over here on this ledge, there's some Uzi clips that I can pick up. Alright, let's do that again. So you can angle Laura diagonally, and she can jump here, grab the clips. Now, there's no way to make it back to the ledge you were on unless you want to use a cheat code. Or at least not without going back down. I don't think there is. Even if I tried angling Laura just right, yeah, she wouldn't be able to make that. She'd fall. So, we're just going to have to do the obstacle course again. And go back up this way. Jump to this ledge. And do the run around. So we can jump to this ledge. There is a monkey in here. Oh, and there's a health crystal here that you can get. Health crystals are great. They equivalent to about a small med pack. Now, we look along the tree. The way you want to go is towards that waterfall, but you can jump along these tree branches and collect items. So then I'm going to come back out this way. And then we're going to jump along these ledges. So I think from here we can jump straight to that ledge and get that small med pack. And then when Laura jumps on the next tile is sliding, but when Laura slides down, she'll need to grab hold of that ledge and shimmy to the side. And over here, actually that last tile was not a sliding tile, so she would have been able to come on that, but it doesn't really do any good. In this little crawl space, she can gather up those shotgun shells. Laura is very slow when she crawls, which can be a little annoying, but still, I like the crawl ability in this game. It's really... I really think it's an improvement from what we had in Tomb Raiders 1 and 2. So we jump to this ledge. There's another killer monkey. Hey, nice monkey. Sorry, I'm not going to be your friend today. Now, I can show you guys there's nothing up on this ledge. I know, there should be, but there isn't. So, what I can now do is go back this way. And there's like a crawl hole I go through. Now, you might as well get out your pistols immediately. I think it's best to crawl out through this to the left, because there is a cobra that will get you by surprise if you get too close to it. So, I think the pistols are good enough for the cobras. Now, we come down here, there's another cobra, and the proximity is real close over here, so... You know, confined spaces are some of your worst enemies when it comes to the cobras, because then you're going to be right in their reach. Now, there's a slope here. Be warned, when you go down this way, there's no going back. So it's best you stay to the right because there is a boulder that's going to come down on the left. Now we're in a room. There's a statue here with 6 knives. He does not come to life, but in the next room there is a statue just like him that does come to life. So there's a movable block here. You can push or pull it. Pulling it is the better option because not only did you open up the crawl hole that you need to go through, but you got some shotgun shells, and there's some shotgun shells by the statue, so I'm going to pick those up. And then get the other ones and crawl my way into the next room. The statue is actually not that hard to fight, but I might suggest saving your game. Now, in here, when I get to about here, he's going to come to life, and it's best to land as many shots while he's spawning. Now, he's going to come close, he's going to open his swords up. When you're at him from a distance, he's going to block with his swords, and your shots do him no damage when he's blocking. Now, he's slow on the attacks. You can see he's going to open them up. That's when you can get him. But yeah, you want to do a backflip when he, like, lunges the swords back. There. And I killed him. He was pretty easy. I remember having some serious problems with him back in the day, but I seem to have gotten better. Now when I come over here, there's a trap door. This is going to lead me to a switch. The switch is mandatory, but there's a movable block here, which is going to lead me to my first secret, which I'm really excited about. So I'm going to push the block. And that's going to unveil a passageway. Now, there's a dart trap in here, and these darts are a lot worse than the ones in Tomb Raider 1, because these are poison. So if you get hit by a dart, they're not going to deduct that much health, but it's going to poison you, which is going to make your health slowly deduct unless you get a med pack. Alright, so there is a boulder trap up here. What I want Laura to do is fall into the hole, pick it up, then you back up and immediately jump out, and she avoids it. Now, you also have to avoid the darts. So, there are different ways of getting through the darts. I think Laura can crawl, and that should avoid the darts, but that's very slow. There's a better way I like to do it. Like, you can listen for the beat, and on the beat you'll jump. Like that, and she'll avoid it. So, the crawling I would say is safer, but jumping on the beat, now you have to position her to make sure she's the right distance, so you want her to be like half a tile. Like, right as you hear the beat sound, if the darts are in the middle of the tile, the beat is when you jump. So, you can look and see the smoke. There. We did that. Now, be careful of this next one. There. Got through it. Now, we killed our statue. There's a health crystal over there. I don't think I really need it yet. But there's a door that we opened with that switch. It's this door. And we're going to come in here. There's quicksand. You want to just jump as far as you can and try to turn the corner. Now, Laura's air gauge in the top right corner, it deducts very rapidly as Laura is under the quicksand, so you want to make your way. Now, when she gets here, she's in shallow enough quicksand that she can breathe again, so I was able to get there just before her health started deducting. But yeah, be warned, you don't have much time to mess around at all under the quicksand. So we're going to jump to this ledge, and then turn around. There's a ledge behind us, and we can do a running jump to this ledge, and there's a killer monkey up here. Oh, Actually, he takes your med pack if you're not quick enough. The monkeys are mischievous little animals in this game. Now, you might want to save your game before you do this, because this trap is dangerous. So you might want to give Laura plenty of space, and then we're going to sprint and get through that. She took a little damage on that saw blade, but that's okay. There's a monkey in here. If you don't sprint, most likely the spikes are going to get you. Especially if you're not centered. Because I think doing just a regular run wasn't fast enough to make it through unspiked. So down here there is a switch we have to pull. And the switch is right here. That's going to open up a door we need. And then we come around to this side, there's a movable block. I'm going to show you guys where we want the movable block. There's a good center space that we can use for the movable block to get to both places we would need. Moving the blocks takes time. So we want to push it one space over. Now if you guys are familiar, this is a tile-based game just like 1 and 2. They use the same engine for Tomb Raider 3 as they did for Tomb Raiders 1 and 2. Alright, so you see the ledge to the right, we can jump from this tile. That's where we're supposed to go on our main route. But the ledge over here is where we go to get secret number 2. And there's a lever we have to pull in secret number 2 to be able to get to secret number 3. And I'll show you guys why in a little bit. But over here, there's a hole in the ceiling, and there's a ladder that we can jump to, and Laura's going to climb up. So this is the second secret. Now there is a switch up here you have to pull, and if you don't pull it, you're basically screwed later on, so I advise pull the switch when you're over there, and that's going to enable you to get secret number 3 a little bit later on in this level. We're actually going to be there in probably 2 minutes. Yeah, I think about 2 minutes. So it looks like we picked up everything we need. No, we go from the other side. And then from there we can drop. You want to make your way to the bottom before you drop, because Laura will take damage. There's just no way to not take damage, but you can make the amount of damage she takes be minimal. So now we want to jump to this tile and climb up here. This is the door we opened with that switch. We come down here, there's an underwater lever that we're going to pull. And that's going to open up a door. And there's going to be 2 more levers that we have to pull in this next room. They're both on opposite sides from each other, so we can pull this switch. And it's best you do an underwater roll, because that like immediately reverses Laura's direction. And then she can go this way, you can speed up the time, and Laura will have lost less air by the time she's able to come out for air. And if you don't know what you're doing, you might not make it out in time. Because I've had that happen. I would look for a lever, and I wouldn't find it, and, well, Laura would run out and die. So this next room is where I get the 3rd secret. There's actually 3 switches in this water. There's 1, 2, 3. Now when I pull this switch, it's going to open up a door on the opposite side of the room. It's timed, so you have to swim very quickly. We're going to do an underwater roll, and then swim to get through this door. Now, the switch I pulled at secret number 2, if you didn't pull the switch, you would not be able to get that door open for secret number 3. So, you have to get those goodies. And then come back out this way. So there's a switch down here we can pull. So now there's some invisible platforms, or they only show when there's the fires. However, the platform is there all the time, it just happens to be invisible. So what you want to do is jump into the edge. It's best you be in this corner, because you don't want to be incinerated. And then you can jump here. It's best you hug this side of the tile, because this is where Laura would be safe from the flame. So she can do a standing jump here, and then a standing jump to this tile and grab the switch, pull it down. And that's going to open up a door that's over here. You can get the health crystal if you want. If your health is full, I might advise against it. Okay, that switch is timed. So basically we're just going to have to go back. So I'm going to pull this switch, get the door open. Now remember, it is time, so run. Do not mess around. Now, this is a trapped room. I have to pull that switch, and that's going to give me access to one of the Ganesha keys, but I have to run. Actually, I'm going to sprint and grab the key. And then I'm going to make the door. Barely. Now, I made it out. And then there's a couple of collectibles you want to get. There's a small med pack and some MP clips. So they will come in handy for sure. Then we can come out. We noticed that when we pulled the switch, we filled the room with quicksand. So that's going to make things different. Alright guys, so now what we want to do is hug the left side and make our way through. The quicksand is shallower to the left, so when Laura starts losing her air, she'll be able to get to shallower land on this side. And if you're in the middle or to the right, the quicksand is deeper, so Laura might not be able to get out, but it's good if you hug the left wall. She also avoids the rubble that comes down. So, yeah, and also, when it comes to secret number 3, if you forgot secret number 2 or didn't pull the lever, there's no getting secret number 3. So we come over here, there is a boulder trap up ahead. So you guys might look to the right, there is a boulder that's going to come down. When I step on the next step, I'm going to trigger it. So I just come in here, avoid it, let it pass, and then I can come and pick up the flares, and go the rest of the way up. So there's different switches, there's also a saw blade, you want to avoid it. So over here, there is a boulder trap. You guys can look to the right and see that. So when I step on the next tile, I'm just going to like roll, and that's going to trigger it. And then I come in here and avoid it. And then there's some flares that I can pick up here. And then I can run up this way. There's going to be like a little door maze or whatever you call this thing over here. I think it's best you go to the right. And then that one. Okay, there's a killer monkey here. Now, there's another switch you can pull. This switch is gonna open up the door in front. Now, we triggered a boulder, but it didn't seem to hurt us. So you see, if we had gone that way, we would have been crushed by the boulder. Like, I've tried this. I don't think there is any way for Laura to get through that thing, for her to get into the crawl space without being hit by the boulder. I think even if you sprint, she wouldn't have been able to make that. So basically, we're going to go back around this way. I think you pull the switch up or down, it opens that door regardless. Oh, and there's another monkey. He's carrying a goodie for us. So we get a small med pack. Oh, another monkey. So now we're in this big open room. This is a room with a health crystal. And whether you get it, it's up to you. You can grab the health crystal. And then you can go this way. There's a passageway here that you can go down. Yeah, and then we're back where we were before. So you just make your way down. There's no way to drop without taking damage. It's just not possible. So we got one of our two keys of Ganesha. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and save my game, and then I'm gonna get the other key of Ganesha. And to get the other one, there's like a hole we go through which leads us underwater. Oh yeah, we have to come up here, and there's two switches we need to pull. We can pull this one and then the other one. I'm probably not going to get the health crystal, or I'm going to try to avoid it because I'm at full health. So, I'm going to grab the other one. And that's going to open up a door that's going to give me access to some water. So, I'm going to come through this door. There is a ledge here that I can climb up to, and then I can drop down through this next area. Now there's another monkey here that we need to take care of. Two more. So, right now the pool is dry, but later on it's going to be filled with water, and that's going to give me access to what I need. So this room is dangerous. You want to be right in the middle and avoid those flames. We can then swim in the water. There's a switch here that we can pull. And when we pulled the switch, we opened up this door underwater. Now, you want to be careful of the darts. Those are poison darts, and they can hurt you underwater as much as on land. So, it's probably best to hug one of the sides. And I lucked out on that. The rubble is deadly, but luckily it didn't get me. Yeah, see, I just got hit by a dart when I went into the water. So if you guys look at my health gauge, it goes yellow when Laura's poisoned, so that's what it looks like, and then it's slowly draining. Like, it drains right until she's at, like, the last lick, and basically if anything gets her at all after that, she's gonna be dead. So I'm allowing it to drain a little bit because if I take a small med pack, even after it's halfway down, she'd be at full health. And I'm going to have to use a small med pack regardless now, because that's the only way Laura can recover after being bitten by a cobra or hit with a poison dart. So I'm going to come to the top of this, and then I'm going to take a small med pack. from here I can jump to this ledge. Oh, and there's a cobra here. So you're gonna have to... So, for this cobra, because the space is close, I'm gonna use a shotgun. And then I'm basically gonna do a running jump, and it should take one shot with the shotgun to knock out the cobra. Beautiful. Now, when I step to the next ledge, there is gonna be a boulder trap, so what I'm gonna do is step there and immediately run, veer to the right, avoid the boulder. Now, there's also a dart trap here, so I'm gonna do a flip right as... You hear the beat, land there. Now, you don't want to get too close to the edge of the tile because then the blades can hurt her. So the best place for her to be is on the center, and as they're opening, go ahead and do the forward jump. There, she avoids it altogether. She can then get the small med pack and come over to this side. This is going to be where we collect secret number 4. We drop down here, and Laura can walk through spikes, and then there's a crawl hole here. Laura takes a little bit of damage when she crawls in spikes, but nothing too significant. So, Laura can crawl through here, and then we can get to this area where we run again. We get credit for the secret here, but still, if we continue on through this next crawl hole, this is where we get the items. Oh, and there's a snake, so we can take care of it. I probably didn't need to use the shotgun, but whatever. Works all the same. I'm not going to come back here, so I might as well just take the health crystal. Alright, so this is going to lead us back into that room where we were before. I'm going to save. So we come out back in the room where we were. We land in the water, and then we're not going to go to this ledge, we're going to go to this ledge, and basically do exactly what we did before. So from here we should be able to backflip to that ledge. Yep, and then we can press action to grab that. And then jump here. Oh yeah, another ladder we can climb up. Alright, so now we're going to come to this ledge, and this is the tricky one. We're going to come to this ledge, there's a dart trap. Okay, took a little damage that time, but that's okay. Come over here, there is a health crystal. Now, there's like a movable block puzzle over here that we have to do. So what we're going to do first is push this block in, and that's going to open up another block. And we're going to push this next block several spaces. Basically, just be patient with Laura. She takes her time on moving blocks. Tomb Raider 3, just like 1 and 2, is tile-based. Like, they use the same engine for this game that they did with the last two. And the next two have the same engine. So, the games are sort of styled the same way. The graphics on this game I do think are still quite a bit better than in Tomb Raider 2, but in a way it does still look kind of the same. Okay, so we can push that one there. Let's try pushing one of these others. So when we move this block, we unveil a switch, and this switch is going to fill the pool with water, the empty pool that we were at. You guys might recognize the room. That pool used to be dry, now it's full of water. So basically we just have to get out of here. Now there is a boulder that's going to spawn when you come this way. Basically you're just going to have to jump and grab the edge. The boulder goes faster than Laura, so really you have to plan it exactly right. I'm going to save. Now we did this smoothly, but when we back up, there is a dart trap down below, so we want to fall in the water. And it's... Alright, so when we come down here, we can see there is a dart trap down below, so when we fall in the water, we want to like make sure to hug the left side of the wall, or left side of the tile, because that way she avoids the dart, but if she's in the middle, she'd get darted and poisoned and we'd have to use another med pack. So, this is the direction that we're going to go. We just have to get over to the smaller pool. This is not the pool we filled, it's the one in this room. And then we're going to come here, we need to pull this switch, and that should give us access to the second Ganesha key. And this is the way we're going to go to get out. We need to use both of our Ganesha keys. Back over here. We got both of what we need. Now in this next room there is a spike trap, and what you want to do is basically jump up, press action. That'll give Laura the most height. If she does it this way, she should be able to pull out of this and not take any damage, and certainly not be spiked. But you see, it's a really close call. Oh. Actually, I'm just going to use my pistols. I think we're wasting shotgun shells if we do it on the monkeys. Alright. There is a health crystal, but I don't think I need it right now. There is a movable block over here. This puzzle irritates me a little bit because the movable block really is not obvious here. Like a person could be stuck in this room for, I don't know, several minutes before they figure out what they have to do. So I felt like it wasn't very well done, but still, I mean, I remember what to do. So there's two switches you pull up here. There's one switch, and then on this platform there's another switch, and that's going to open up a door that's down below. So we're going to back up, and oh, there's a boulder trap, so you want to back up, like do a backflip like that, and that avoids it. This level is full of tricks and traps, so I suggest you save your game often. Now when those doors closed, it opened up a little passageway. This is the way we would want to go, but you have to wait until the fire is out. Now we're in this new room. Now there's two statues. This one doesn't come to life until you go up above, but the one over here is going to come to life when you step here. It's best you land as many shots on him as you can. You should go up to him. He's going to open up the swords, but you want to back up when he lunges the swords back, because, see, this is where he's going to get you. There, that killed him. Now, we need to take his sword, because up above there's a statue that's missing 2 swords. Like, if you look at that, he's holding 4 swords, and every statue is supposed to hold 6. Now, the second statue is going to spawn, or it's going to come to life when you come up here. So see, as soon as I step up there, he spawns. So let's land as many bullets as we can on him. Now you see, he closes his swords. You can't hurt him when his swords are closed. So, really, you have to try to get him at close range. We come down here. We can come down to his level. You basically have to show him his boss. There, that killed him. So, now we've got the other sword that we need. When we grab both of these, we're going to go to the statue that's above, and we're going to put those in his hands. I guess the statues have 6 arms instead of 2. Scimitars, I guess, are what they're called. So, then we're going to put the other sword in this hand. Great. So, then Laura can come down, and there's like a staircase over here that we can take. That's going to lead Laura up to get some shotgun shells. What the switch also did was open up these doors. Now this is going to lead us into another room with statues. So we can crawl through this hole, or crawl space. Now Laura has to be facing backwards in order to climb out of one. It gets irritating, but yeah, she has to be facing like this, and like this, she can, you know, climb out of it. So, in this room, we see a guy over there. I think that's Rory. I'm not sure. So if you go up to him, a statue is going to come to life, so I'd rather hold that off. So this is a trap. I'm going to go ahead and light a flare because it's dark in here. But there's 2 switches. There's one straight across, there's one over to the right. What I want to do is sprint to the one in front, and I mean the spikes go real fast, so you really cannot mess around. So then you can, at a diagonal angle, do a side flip, pull that switch, and then run down into that space and get another key of Ganesha. And that is a pretty difficult spiky trap to get through. I mean, it goes really fast. I'm not going to go near him yet. I know what's going to happen. There are some flares you can pick up there, but I'm going to get those a little bit later. So, back here is where we put the keys in. And over here is another spiky challenge. I would advise saving before this one. This one's not as difficult, I don't think, but you have to be familiar. Like, there is a current that's going to suck you into a spiky wall. So what you have to do is basically go to each side of the room and then pull the levers. And on the outermost tiles, there's not a current. So what you'd want to do is come over here to where Laura would have the most space and swim this way. The current will suck her this way, but she can kind of go diagonal to where if she swims, she can fight it a little bit, but she can't go totally against it. So she can pull that lever, and after you pull both of them, the current is cut off to where she can then come out into the middle. And then she'd be able to grab this key of Ganesha and get out of the water. So, for the first door there were 2 keys. For this challenge there's 3. Now when I go up to Rory, there is going to be a statue that comes to life. So see, I step here, and that's when the statue spawns. So see, he's going to try to do an attack on you. His attacks are slow, as I've mentioned, so they're not that hard to fight, but when he pulls his swords back, you do have to make sure you do a backflip. But, you have to not be scared of the guys. I mean, you have to, like, show the guy who is boss. There. That took care of him. Now, this is our 3rd key. So, you fight a total of 4 statues in this level. So this is going to be where we use our keys. Basically, you can use one key here, and you can just side flip to the others. You can do 1, 2, and 3. And that opened up the door that's behind me. This is going to be the end of the level. This is going to be a cutscene. As we get to drive a tractor in the next level. I'm excited for this one. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. This level took me a while to do, but that's okay. It's a good level. It looks like I got all 4 secrets, got 29 kills, used a lot of ammo. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and leave a comment below. Stay tuned until next time. Thank you.